All right, so thank you guys for coming to the call. Again, this is about being all in. So if you listen to my warning and you're like, oh, she's talking about all in, but you're here. So this is such a huge blessing because you guys are here, you're wanting to learn, you're wanting to get ready for 2015. So congratulations for coming to the call. It is recorded, but you know what? No one's gonna get this live interaction. So, haha. Hopefully I don't like fly off my chair during this either, because I'm so pumped. It's not even funny. All right. So, how many of you guys have heard of Dani Johnson? Right? Some of you guys maybe have. Dani Johnson's story. You know, grew up in a home where her parents were drug addicts. She was broke and homeless in her 20s. Where is she now? Where is she now? Many of you guys have heard of Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas, known as E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. Love him. Okay, well, his mom was kicked out of his grandparents' house because she had 14 kids and wasn't able to keep them there. She was homeless because she had nowhere to go. Where's he now? Do you guys know where he is now? Yeah, right? Crazy. Albert Einstein. He never spoke for the first 3 years of his life. Crazy, right? Never spoke for the first 3 years of his life. I have a son who just turned 4 not too long ago that he doesn't stop. It's nonstop. And throughout elementary school, many of his teachers thought that he was lazy and he wouldn't make anything of himself. Albert Einstein, right? How many of you guys have heard of Jim Carrey, right? That's who I refer Tony Horton to all the time. I said they needed to do a movie together. It was on one of our calls that they were doing with Tony Horton, and he actually had a really funny story about it, how they were talking about actually doing a video. You'll have to see it. They had a script and everything. But Jim Carrey, his father was an unemployed musician, and as the family went through a lower middle class to poor, they eventually had to start living out of their van. Jim Carrey, living out of his van. Benjamin Franklin. Franklin's parents couldn't afford to keep him in school until his 10th birthday. 10 years old, Benjamin Franklin. Didn't start school till 10. Stephen King. How many of you guys have read some of his novels? Do you know that his first novel was rejected 30 times? 30 times. He actually threw his first script in the garbage, and his wife pulled it out and begged him to finish it and to do it. Yeah. Crazy. I got goosebumps right now. This is how Oprah Winfrey, one of the most successful and richest people in the world, right? But guess what? Winfrey didn't always have it so easy. She grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, not too far from here, kind of crazy. And repeatedly, she was molested by her cousin, uncle, and a family friend. She eventually ran away from home, and at the age of 14, she gave birth to a baby boy who shortly died after. Did any of you guys know that? Because I honestly didn't know that until tonight. I did not know that until tonight, and I about flipped a lid. I was like, oh my goodness. Thomas Edison. I'm sure you guys know how many times he failed in creating a light bulb, because it was one of my favorite quotes that I posted all the time. But he failed 1,000 times before creating a light bulb. 1,000? Yeah. I'm sorry, that's a lot of times. A lot of times. Charlize Theron, I think I pronounced her name correct. The actress, she was 15 when she witnessed her mother shooting her alcoholic father in the act of self-defense. Kind of crazy, right? So why am I talking about all these people? Because I have so many people that are coaches in this organization who are going through a hard time, who are going through struggles. And what we don't realize is that there are so many people who have gone through crazier situations, and what they did was they took their rough times, they took their feelings, and what they did was they turned those pain and struggles into a drive to make their dreams come true. That's what they did. They took that to make their dreams come true. They didn't give up. I'm sorry, but how many of you guys would create something over and over and after 500 times continue to do it? 500 times. This was 1,000 times. He did not give up. And guess what? If he would have given up, do you think we would have had light bulbs right now? We don't know where it would have been, right? Do you think that we would have what we had if these people would have given up on their dreams and their goals? If they would have given up, where would they be at? So, what's driving you guys? What is driving you guys? This is the question that I want to ask you guys, that you guys need to think about. What's driving you? Because right now, after this whole little wake-up call over the last few days for me, my kids are driving me. I don't want them growing up in a struggle. I don't want them to, let's say they come to me. Like I've come to my parents for help. I've come to them for money and stuff before. I don't want my kids to have to come to me and ask me for help and be like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Like, we need to talk to grandma and grandpa. No, that's not happening. That is not happening in my life, because I am the one that provides the future for them. It is up to me. That is what is driving me. I'm not going to tell them, no, I cannot help them. I'm going to provide that future for them. My kids are driving me. If you guys get into a car and there's no gas in it, are you going to go anywhere? No, you're not going to go anywhere. That car is not going to drive without gas. What is fueling you to drive yourself in this business? What's fueling you? You have to find that fuel that is going to continue to push you forward, and it's going to drive you to where you want to go. And yes, it's better to have a destination than not to have one. Like trying to figure out how to go to Texas when you're all the way in Iowa with no GPS. You can ask for directions, but yeah, a lot easier when you have a planned out situation of where you want to go. So another thing too is that, we'll hear people like, they might get into this business and, oh, it's luck. Or they'll see other people and they're like, yeah, of course they're successful because look at them. Like they're the perfect Barbie doll type and everything. You guys are not going to get to where you want by wishing or hoping for luck. You have to go all in. This is what this call is about. This is about you guys going all in, and you can have everything that you want, everything that you guys want. I'm not joking you. This business is open to endless opportunities, and you can have what you want, you can have what you dream, but you truly have to be going all in order to make your dreams come true. All of you guys, the reason that I'm pushing so hard on this, and the reason that I've built up this huge passion lately, is because I see all of you, especially in my downline, who I know, I'm very familiar with you guys, what your dreams are, what your goals are. Those of you guys that want to make a full-time income because you want to bring your spouse home, or those of you guys that want to bring a full-time income because you want to be at home with your children. I see all of your guys' dreams, and it drives me nuts because I just want to be like, listen, wake up. Like, you guys have such huge dreams and goals, and the only reason that I want to push you and like love you unconditionally is because I believe in you guys. I believe in your potential. I believe in what you guys have believed in. I believe that you have such greatness in you that I'm like, why are you not seeing this? Like, I'm like gonna jump off my chair right now and like right through the screen, because you have no idea what you guys have. You have so much power, and you need to believe in yourself. You guys can make your dreams come true. You can be a stay-at-home parent, or you can do all that, but the only way that you're going to do this is if you go all in. So you have to go all in, and you have to be honest with yourself too. So for me, I've been in this for going on 4 years. I am not where I wanted to, and I can tell you right now, I wasn't going all in. Neither have I. There's been times that I've stayed consistent. I've stayed consistent in doing stuff, but I haven't been giving it 100% all in. Lindsay is where she's at because she's given it all in, right? We've been in it. We were a month apart. Her business completely is way different from where I'm at. And I am not jealous by her by any means. I am actually so proud of her because of where she took this. She took this to an extreme level because that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to go all in. She had a drive, and that's what she did. So one thing too that I want to talk to you guys about, I'm talking about Lindsay. Look at where you cannot get the whole effects of the all in. You can't create that. You can't go get what those people that went all in have if you are not going all in, right? You're not going to create that effect. Look at Scotty Hobbs. Look at Scotty Hobbs. If you don't know his story, I recommend listening to his wonderful YouTube of staying at home, because this man is insane. He started this business and he had to refurbish Xboxes. He had kids, he had a wife that were living different shifts. He was working a full-time income. Yeah, some of you guys are in a similar situation, right? And you're like, how did he do it? Because he went all in. He didn't give up. He found the time to make. If he had to sacrifice some time, he did. He sacrificed some time. He took his lunch hours for an hour, and instead of sleeping, which he used to do, he created that time to make something happen. Lindsay Matway, she was $400,000 in debt. Where did she take this to? She was a top coach, making $1 million a year now. What did she do? She went all in. Brigida Linford. You guys know her story, right? Come on now. She was in a mental institution. A mental institution. She was depressed, couldn't pay for things for her children. And it's not a very fun experience to do. And I'm sure everyone has been in that situation where it's very tight and you have to tell your kids no. And it is not fun. It is not fun at all. Or maybe you couldn't do something that you wanted to do and it was because of money. Right? They went all in. Wayne Wyatt, he was top coach 2 years in a row. And I'm like, beyond, like, when I was like, he's got 5 kids. I think he has 6 now. Honestly, I don't remember, but he is a full-time dental hygienist. He was working full-time this whole time while being top coach 2 years in a row. Do you think that he got there by sitting there wishing, by sitting there, okay, I'm going to do personal development for like 5 minutes and then, I'm going to invite one person. Oh, they said no. Okay, I think I'm done. I'll go on for the next day. No, they went all in. They gave it their 100%. And again, if you're not going to go all in, you're not going to get or create what those that went all in get. Does that make sense? You will not create what they have if you don't go all in like they did. We might not see that because we see like their big success right now, but they went through so many sacrifices and that they went all in. You need to know exactly where you guys are going, what you are going to do, because there's a difference between where you are and what you want to be is what you're doing. I'm going to say that again. You can write it down. The difference between what you are and what you want to be is by what you are doing. So you have to be strategic. You have to have a plan. You need to wake up tomorrow and know what you are going to do. You need to wake up tomorrow and know, hey, I have a spot here for an hour for my power hour. I am going to make this call, or I have a call with this coach. You need to know what you are doing. The unexpected is going to happen in your life, but you need to make your plans strategic. If you do not know where you are going, you're not going to go there. It's going to be a lot harder. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. So you guys all kind of like rolling your eyes, laying back right now, like you're like, okay, Ashton, yep, maybe I shouldn't have come to the call tonight. How many of you guys are going all in, giving it 100%? Honestly, 100%. Raise your hand. Giving your full 100%. I'm not raising my hand because I wasn't. Are you giving it maybe 90%? Coming to the calls, but you're like making contacts at least every single day, all that stuff, maybe 90%. Okay, what about 80%? 80%, maybe 80%? We're going to get down to like the 60s and 50% because we truthfully know that we are only giving it about 50 or 60% of what we have. I am not telling you guys to sacrifice your kid time, not by any means. That was something that I learned and I said, no more. Because in the beginning of this business, I did you know, they were younger. I put them into good things. Like my son was watching Your Baby Can Read while I was doing some work. So it wasn't bad. He learned how to read before he was 2, right? That was pretty cool. But the thing is, what I'm saying is that right now, I didn't touch my phone. I didn't touch anything. My kids got home. It was kid time until I came to this call. It was kid time. I'm not asking you to sacrifice your family time. It's not about that. But when you're over the weekend, and my kids know that I have weekend hours. Sundays are a lot more lenient, but Saturdays, I work on Saturdays. There are times that I am working on Saturdays, and they know that. I need to have my time in the morning before they wake up to do work, and then also during the day. I create that time. They know that. They understand it, and that's okay. But if you're sitting here and all of a sudden you're like, it's 8 o'clock at night and your kids are asleep or whatever, and you're just like doodling around on your Facebook, or you're on Pinterest just doodling around, or maybe how many of you guys have had those moments where you've gone out and you're like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have gone out. Maybe I should have worked. That is not giving it 100%. And I'm not telling you to sacrifice your whole life, because if it's you spending time with your family or you spending time with your husband or wife, then go and do it. You need that time. But there are times that you know that you should be doing something that you aren't. And that is you not giving it 100% and giving it your all in. So right now, I'm telling myself, I'm giving myself 100% I'm all in, because I am done with this whole, okay, it's here and then it's here and then it's here. No, I'm going to create a legacy for not only me, but my children, because I know that that's what I'm worth. God created us to prosper. Why not do it? Maybe because it's hard, right? It's hard. It's not easy. So I want you guys to start hashtagging all in if you decide to go all in. If you're like, okay, this is really hitting me, like I get it now. I'm not going 100%. So how many of you guys, we get so many training materials, it's ridiculous. In our online office, we have all these top coaches creating such amazing content for us on YouTube. We get these amazing calls. We get all these awesome personal development books. And what do we do with them? All this stuff, all this research. You're going to the calls, you're doing some of the research, but when you go home, you need to read it over and over and over and over again. And even after you read it over again, or you start listening to these calls over again, and you're like, yeah, I've already listened to that. You listen to it over and over and over again. And the reason why is because you have to digest that into yourself and into your team, because you can learn all the information that you want to learn in these YouTube videos or in the trainings and everything, and you can take that information, but until you apply that into your life and into your business, it's not going to go anywhere. As much as I don't want to say this, use this as a comparable, but let's say you have something that you need to take medication for. I don't like medication, and I do not take ibuprofen. I absolutely don't. I hate it. But when I had my staph infection, I wasn't even going to take that. But I decided, yeah, I probably should, because my arm looked very, very horrible and not nice looking. And I still have a scar on my arm from it. So I decided to take the medication. If I would have gotten the information that I had a staph infection, they gave me the medication, I read about the medication, I knew that I had to take it, but I wasn't taking it, would I have gotten better? No, it's not going to do any good sitting on my counter. It's not going to do any good sitting on the table. That's the same with the information that you guys get. You can learn it. You can have it in front of you. You can have all this material that you're like, oh my gosh, this is great information. Yes, I need to do this and I need to do this. But then the minute that you take that next step in the morning and you don't do it, you're not going to get where you're at, right? It's not going to get you anywhere if you don't take it and you're not going all in. You have to go all in. Whew, anybody, are we breathing over here yet? So, like, you'll hear people, it's not working. This isn't working. I don't get it, because it's not working. And that's because you're not giving it 100%. You're not giving it all in. Because when you want to find a way to make something work, you will find a way. Where there's a will, there is a way. You are not giving it 100%. If you're saying it's not working, it's because you're not doing what you need to do in the business. And if you say that you are giving 100%, I want to see exactly what you're doing every single day, step by step. And then you tell me if you're doing everything 100%, because I don't even do everything 100%. I get distracted. I was very, very productive today because of this call. There was 1 hour that I was not very productive, and I was very upset about it. But I was very happy with how today went. But you know what? Tomorrow, I'm going to be 100% in. It's not the system that doesn't work. It's not the system. It's us. If we are not creating what we want in our business, it's not because the system doesn't work. It's because we are not working it. We are not giving it all in. We are not doing what it is. Again, say it again. The difference between where you are and what you want to be is what you are doing. Embed that in your head. Put it on your laptop. Put it on your phone. Put it wherever you need to, but put it there. Because when you start to realize that it's about what you are doing, you're gonna be like, oh yeah. Now let me tell you the difference between these two words. We've heard of hard and we've heard of impossible, right? There is a complete difference from hard and impossible. If it was easy, you guys, everybody would be a Beachbody coach, right? Everybody would be working from home. Everyone would be a network marketer or entrepreneur or whatever you want to call it. Everyone would do it. Stop looking for an easy road, because there is no easy way. Life is not easy. And I will say that over and over again. Sometimes you're going to have to get up early. Sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice that movie that you really wanted to go see. Or you're going to have to make a call that you really didn't want to make a call, but you scheduled that time to make a call with that coach or that client. And you don't really want to, but you have to. Sometimes you're going to have to make those sacrifices. There's no easy road. But if you are willing to go all in, you can take what once was impossible and create that into possible. Does that make sense? Go through that hard work. Look at the diamonds. We talk about it all the time, right? You see those diamond quotes and you're like, diamonds, are created underneath pressure. I mean, think about it. These are pieces of coal that you probably have picked up and chucked in the water or kicked around, but they're precious material. And until they are put under pressure and toughened and they create a diamond, something so valuable. And this is why I'm getting tough with you guys, because it's time that you are going diamond, right? If you're not diamond, it's time that you guys are going diamond, because you're getting tough love right now. So you can't have a life, or you can't have that life until you're willing to put that work in. That life that you're like, oh my goodness, look at Scotty Hobbs. Look at Lindsay Matway. Look at the stuff that they get to do, like the time that they get to spend with their family, and they're all at home and all this stuff, and they're on the road and everything. And you want that life, right? And you're looking at it and you're like, that's what I want. You cannot have that life until you're willing to put the work in. They put the work in for 2 years or 3 years, and look where they've gotten. The only thing that is impossible is what you are going to make impossible. I'm going to say that again. The only thing that is impossible is what you make impossible. That is up to you. So this little thing I saw this little picture and I was going to put it up and I didn't have a chance to. So Joseph, any of you guys, I'm going into religion here. If you're not religious, sorry, don't hate me, okay? I'm not, just listen to me for a second. Joseph waited 13 years, right? Abraham waited 25 years. Moses waited 40 years. Jesus waited 30 years. You guys might have been in this business for 6 months or a year, maybe longer, But let's say you're in this business for 6 months or a year and you're ready to quit now because you might not be seeing results that you want. I've been in this business, like I said, almost 4 years, and I am not where I want to be because I did not go all in. I've started to create that type of attitude, and I have seen people are starting to listen, starting to hear, and it's only going to grow. And this is why we are talking about this, because 2015 is coming, and this is going to be your year. You have to make up your mind that no matter how long it takes, that you are going to go all in. You've been in this for you think about it. How many hours have you put in? You've put in so many hours. You've put in so many phone calls. You've put in the money. You've put in too many hours. All this stuff. If you've done all this, maybe you should have given up last week. You should have quit last week, right? You're probably like, oh my goodness, she's telling me to quit, right? No, I'm not. Listen to this. I'm telling you that you should have given, if you wanted to quit, why didn't you quit a week ago? Why didn't you quit 2 months ago? Why didn't you quit 6 months ago? And that's because you guys know that you have a purpose and you believe in this. You're just not giving it your all and your 100%. That is why. You know the possibilities and the opportunities that you have, and you love what you do. Initially, you love what you do. There's some aspects that we're like, yeah. But those are things that you can delegate when you get that time, when you get the time to, or when you get the income to. You can delegate those things that you're like, yeah, I'm not so happy about doing that. Like, I don't want to create that picture. But in all reality, you love what you do. You love helping people. This is why you're here. This is what we're doing. So, but you have to decide to go all in. That's what you need to do. It's going to be hard. Like I said, it's going to be hard. But if you're all in and you give it 100%, that's when you are going to create the stuff that you want to call impossible, possible. And you will start to see that life that you are looking and you are wanting to see. But you have to put that work in. So that was my rant for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys felt something out of it, because truly, I believe in all of you guys. I have not given up on you guys, and I won't give up on you guys, because I know what you have to offer. And like I said, there is no easy way. Really, really, really no easy way. But put in that hard work and give it your 100%, and before you know it, you can create the life that you want. It's up to you. It doesn't matter where you come from, as you can see that. It doesn't matter what struggles you've been through. Take those pain, take those struggles, and push through it. So we have about 8 minutes and 30 seconds. If you guys want to open up for any questions, you can. Otherwise, if you're like, hey, dude, that was good, I'm ready to go. I want to like get on my business now because I'm ready to go all in. And I'm going to hashtag all in, and you're going to tag some of your coaches, and you're going to tag me, and you're going to tag Lindsay, or whoever it is that you want to tag. You're going to tag hashtag all in, because this is what we're going to talk about. I don't even know what Carl's ready for 2015 is. You know, we're in the whole never give up right now. Well, guess what? Our team, we've created a whole new system now. It's hashtag all in, right? Yes? Can we all, I don't care if I can't hear you. I want you guys to say all in. Quit making those faces. Come on. Say I'm all in. Say it. Come on. All in. Let's go. We are all in. Yes. All right. 7 minutes. I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to, if you want any questions, or if you have any questions, and I'll answer them. Otherwise, I will end this call and let you guys have an amazing night. 39. This is going to be the awkward moment that people are like, all right, do I like stop the recording? Do I not listen anymore? Or was there questions that come up? Huh? Leave them wondering. All right, well, I'm going to leave it at that, you guys. So thank you guys for coming on the call. I hope none of you guys were offended by anything, because in all honesty, it's truthfully because I believe in you and I want to see you guys succeed with all my heart. This is for you guys. I see your dreams, and it breaks my heart that you guys haven't achieved them yet. So you guys are going to achieve your dreams. You're going to go all in, and you're going to create that life. So have an amazing night. let's set our goals for 2015 and finish strong with 2014 because it's not done yet. All right. Love you all. Bye.